Ever wondered how mastering the present perfect can open doors to fluency? Welcome to Present Perfect Demystified, where we transform complex grammar into a fun adventure. Imagine a journey where we explore the ins and outs of the present perfect tense, guided by engaging stories and interactive exercises straight from the renowned English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy. First, you'll discover what makes this tense unique, unlocking its secrets through vivid examples that even kids and non-speakers can grasp. Second, we'll dive into practical exercises that will have you using the present perfect with confidence in no time. Last but not least, our engaging storytelling will make learning feel effortless and enjoyable. Ready to take your English skills to the next level? Join us on this exciting learning journey. Hey there, English learners. Welcome to English Podcast Pattern. Today, we're diving into something that confuses many learners, the present perfect tense. But don't worry. By the end of this lesson, you'll master it with ease. Ready? Let's get started. So, the question, what is present perfect? Here, the formula of present perfect. Have, has, plus past participle. Examples. The first sentence, I have eaten sushi before. Second sentence, she has visited Paris 3 times. Third sentence, they have just finished their homework. Think of it like a bridge between the past and the present. Key idea, present perfect. It connects a past action to now. Compare these sentences. First sentence, I ate sushi yesterday. Past simple, specific time. In the second sentence, I have eaten sushi before. Present perfect, no time, just experience. Can you make a sentence using I have about something you've done? Well, when do we use present perfect? Let's talk about mini story, the time traveler. Tom finds a magical clock that lets him talk about things that happened in the past but are still relevant. He has lost his keys, so now he can't get inside. He has never flown on a plane, so he still doesn't know what it's like. He has been to Japan. It's part of his life experience. Tom's story teaches us 3 main uses of the present perfect. First, experiences, without specific time, have traveled to Spain. She has never tried sushi. Here we see mistake. I traveled to Spain in 2020. Mistake is use past simple here. Second, recent actions with just, already, yet. I have just finished my work. She has already eaten lunch. Have you finished your homework yet? Third, past actions that still matter. I have lived here for 5 years. They have worked at this company since 2018. Present perfect versus past. Simple example. Sentences. First sentence, I have visited Italy 3 times. We can see present perfect action. Second sentence, I went to Italy last summer. We can see past simple action. Third sentence, she has never eaten sushi. It shows present perfect action. Fourth sentence, she ate sushi last night. It shows past simple action. I have seen that movie. It shows present perfect action. I saw that movie last night. It shows past simple action. She has lived in Canada for 5 years. It shows the present perfect tense. She lived in Canada in 2015. It shows past simple action. We have met before. It shows the present perfect action. We met yesterday. It shows past simple action. If you see a specific time yesterday, last week, in 2010, use past simple. The big question is, when do we use it? Let's look at real-life examples and have fun while learning. Imagine this. You're telling your friend about a movie. If you say, I have seen that movie, it means that at some point in your life you watched it. But if you say, I saw that movie last night, now you're talking about a specific time in the past. So, what's the rule? Present perfect. No specific time, just that it happened. Past simple. A definite time in the past, like yesterday, last year, etc. I have met a famous actor. I met a famous actor in 2019. Let's talk about words that often go with the present perfect. Just, already, and yet. Just means recently happened. Example, I have just finished my homework. Already means sooner than expected. Example, she has already left, yet is used in questions and negatives. Example, have you finished your book yet? She hasn't arrived yet. Fill in the blanks with just, already, or yet. First sentence, I have eaten lunch. Second sentence, have you visited New York? Third sentence, they have finished the project. Right sentences are first sentence, I have just eaten lunch. Second sentence, have you visited New York yet? Third sentence, they have already finished the project. Now, this is a mistake even advanced learners make. Let's fix it. She has gone to Spain. She is still there. She has been to Spain. She went and came back. Think of it like a trip. If someone has gone somewhere, they are still there. But if they have been there, they have returned. Let's play a game. I'll say a sentence, and you tell me if the person is still there or not. Mark has gone to Japan. Still there? Yes. Anna has been to Brazil 3 times. Still there? No. Wow, we've learned so much today. Quick recap. Present perfect formula, have has, plus past participle use for experiences, recent actions, and past with present relevance. Compare with past simple, no specific time versus specific time. Final challenge. Write a sentence using I have never and in the comments below. Today we'll go through exercise 7.1 from English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy, Unit 7, page 15. So grab a notebook and let's begin. Let's do exercise 7.1. Read the situations and complete the sentences using the present perfect. Choose from these verbs, break, disappear, go up, grow, improve, lose, shrink, stop. First sentence. Tom is looking for his key. He can't find it. The answer is, Tom has lost his key. Why? We use present perfect because the result of the action is still relevant now. Tom cannot find his key. The action, losing the key, happened at some point in the past, but we don't specify when because it affects the present. Compare with past simple. Maria's English wasn't very good. Now it is better. Lost his key yesterday. Past simple, specific, past time. Tom has lost his key. Present perfect, focus on the present result. Second sentence. Maria's English wasn't very good. Now it is better. The answer is, her English has improved. Why? We use present perfect because Maria's English was not good before, but now it is better. The action started in the past and has a present result. She now speaks better English. Compare, her English improved last year. It shows past simple, specific past time. Her English has improved. It shows present perfect, focus on progress. Third sentence. My bag was here but it isn't here anymore. Answer is, my bag has disappeared. Why? We use present perfect because the action, disappearing, has an effect now. The bag is missing. The exact moment it disappeared is not important. What matters is that the result is visible now. Compare. My bag disappeared an hour ago. It shows past simple, specific past time. My bag has disappeared. It shows present perfect. Focus on current situation. Fourth sentence, Lisa can't walk and her leg is in plaster. Answer is Lisa has broken her leg. So why? Lisa cannot walk now. This is the present result of her broken leg. The action happened recently, but we don't specify exactly when because the focus is on the effect. Compare. Lisa broke her leg last week. It shows past simple, specific past time. Lisa has broken her leg. It shows present perfect. Focus on current result. Fifth sentence. Last week the bus fare was $1.80. Now it is $2. Answer is, the bus fare has gone up. Why? Because the price increase happened at some point in the past, and the result is visible now. The fare is higher. The exact time when the price increased is not important. Compare. The bus fare went up last month. It shows past simple, specific past time. The bus fare has gone up. It shows present perfect. Focus on the present effect. Sixth sentence. Dan didn't have a beard before. Now he has a beard. Answer is Dan has grown a beard. So why? Dan did not have a beard before, but now he does. The action started in the past and has a present result. He now has a beard. Compare. Dan grew a beard last year. It shows past simple, specific past time. Dan has grown a beard. It shows present perfect. Focus on current appearance. Seventh sentence. It was raining 10 minutes ago. It isn't raining now. Answer is, it has stopped raining. Why? The rain was happening before, but now it is not raining. The focus is on the change from past to present. Compare. It stopped raining at 3 p.m. It shows past simple, specific past time. It has stopped raining. It shows present perfect. Focus on present effect. Eighth sentence. I washed my sweater and now it's too small for me. Answer is, my sweater has shrunk. So why? Because the sweater was normal before, but now it is too small. This is the present result. The action, shrinking, happened at some point in the past, but we don't focus on when. Compare. My sweater shrank last week. It shows past simple, specific past time. My sweater has shrunk. It shows present perfect. Focus on present situation. It stopped raining at 3 p.m. It shows past simple, specific past time. It has stopped raining. It shows present perfect. Focus on present effect. Eighth sentence. I washed my sweater and now it's too small for me. Answer is, my sweater has shrunk. So why? Because the sweater was normal before, but now it is too small. This is the present result. The action, shrinking, happened at some point in the past, but we don't focus on when. Compare. My sweater shrank last week. It shows past simple, specific past time. My sweater has shrunk. It shows present perfect. Focus on present situation. It stopped raining at 3 p.m. It shows past simple, specific past time. It has stopped raining. It shows present perfect. Focus on present effect. Eighth sentence. I washed my sweater and now it's too small for me. Answer is, my sweater has shrunk. So why? Because the sweater was normal before, but now it is too small. This is the present result. The action, shrinking, happened at some point in the past, but we don't focus on when. Compare. My sweater shrank last week. It shows past simple, specific past time. My sweater has shrunk. It shows present perfect. Focus on present situation. Key takeaways for present perfect in this exercise. Use present perfect when. 1. The focus is on the present result, not on when the action happened. 2. The action happened recently and has an effect now. 3. There is a change over time, e.g., her English has improved. Avoid using present perfect if there is a specific past time. Use past simple instead. Wow, you've done an amazing job today. Now you can use the present perfect with confidence. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try using it in daily conversations and see how natural it becomes. Recap of today's lesson. Present perfect, all have has plus past participle. No specific time versus past simple. Use with just, already. Yet difference between gone and been real-life exercises and practice. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next episode of English Podcast Pattern. Now, let's move on to watching the podcast about the present perfect.
Welcome to English Podcast Pattern. Today we're diving right into the present perfect tense. It's that bridge between the past and the present that a lot of learners find a bit confusing, but we're going to break it down step by step.
Absolutely. And it's super relevant because it really changes how you talk about experiences, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
where do we start?
Let's kick things off with the basics, the formula. It's like a have or has plus a past participle. For example, I have eaten sushi before, and she has visited Paris 3 times.
Yeah.
The idea is that these sentences connect a past event to the present moment.
Right? So it's like you're saying, hey, this happened and it's still important now. But can you explain why we wouldn't use a specific time with it?
Sure thing. With present perfect, we avoid mentioning exact time frames, like yesterday or last week, because the emphasis is on the experience rather than the when. It's all about the current relevance. So instead of saying, I ate sushi yesterday, which is past simple, you say, I have eaten sushi before.
That makes sense. And speaking of experiences, the lesson also dives into 3 main uses of the present perfect, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. The first use is for experiences without specific times, like she has never tried sushi. It means just that it's part of her life experience now. Then we have recent actions with hints like just, already, or yet. For instance, I have just finished my work. Lastly, it's for actions started in the past that still matter, like I have lived here for 5 years.
I love that breakdown. It really clarifies things. But wouldn't you say there's sometimes a debate about how strict people are with those time references? I mean, isn't it sometimes natural to mix them up?
That's a fair point. Some learners do mix them up, and frankly, in casual conversation, a little blending might occur. But in structured grammar, the rule is clear. If you mention a specific time, it's supposed to be past simple. For example, compare, I have visited Italy 3 times with, I went to Italy last summer.
Interesting. And then we move into our interactive part of the lesson where listeners are asked to create sentences using I have. I think that's really engaging.
Totally. That interactive element, like asking, can you make a sentence using I have about something you've done, really invites participation. It's like an open invitation to practice live, which makes the lesson both fun and practical. And speaking of fun, there's also a mini story featured in the lesson, The Time Traveler. It's a cool narrative where Tom, through a magical clock, shows us 3 key uses of the present perfect. For instance, he has lost his keys emphasizes the present consequence, and he has never flown on a plane shows an unexperienced event that defines his life.
I find that narrative element super useful because it puts grammar into a lifelike context. It turns dry rules into a story, right?
Yeah, indeed. Exactly. And then, right after that, there's a head-to-head comparison between the present perfect and past simple. You see a side-by-side table, for instance, I have seen that movie, versus I saw that movie last night. It really cements the idea that without a specific time reference, you go with the present perfect.
That table is a game changer. I mean, it's like comparing apples to apples, but with a vivid emphasis on timing. It makes it super clear which tense to use.
Right. And the lesson even goes into those little add-ons, just, already, and yet. Think of it like seasoning a dish. Each word adds a specific flavor to the sentence. For example, I have just finished my homework indicates immediacy. She has already left shows something happened earlier than expected, and have you finished your book yet? Turns the sentence into a question with a pending action.
Yeah, those little words really change things up. And there's even a quick quiz to fill in blanks with just already or yet. It definitely fires up the brain a bit.
True. Now, there's also an interesting part discussing gone versus been. It's a common stumbling block, even for advanced learners. If someone says, she has gone to Spain, she is still there. But she has been to Spain means she went and came back. It's like planning a round trip versus staying in transit.
Oh, that's such a neat distinction. And it's essential for avoiding miscommunication. I remember hearing that analogy of, like, a round trip really drives the point home.
Yeah, exactly. Then, to wrap up the lesson, there's this robust final exercise. Listeners are asked to complete sentences using the present perfect forms, such as, Tom has lost his key, or her English has improved. It really reinforces why we use the tense, to emphasize the present results rather than when exactly something happened.
I get that, but don't you think sometimes it's just too rigid? I mean, in daily conversation, people might, mix up those tenses a bit without causing much confusion.
That's a valid observation. In casual talk, a little mix-up might pass under the radar. However, for learners striving for accuracy, sticking to the rules helps maintain clarity.
Yeah, I see your point.
And the beauty of this lesson is that it doesn't just dump rules on you. It builds up understanding with fun exercises, stories, and interactive quizzes. It transitions smoothly from the theory of the present perfect, how and when to use it, to practical applications like Exercise 7.1 from English Grammar and Use.
Right. And the step-by-step guidance, like comparing the bus fare has gone up versus the bus fare went up last month, really exemplifies the difference between emphasizing result versus pinpointing time.
Yeah.
It's practical and intuitive.
Absolutely. And this approach also encourages learners to engage directly by typing their own sentences in the comments. That kind of interactive participation makes the learning process dynamic and, fun.
Indeed. It's like being in a live classroom where you get instant feedback, right? And it matters a lot because practicing these exercises over and over makes the grammar feel natural over time.
Totally. And remember the components we touched on earlier? It's not just about forming have, has, plus past participle. It's also about understanding why you're using it, to mark current results of past actions. So when you say, my sweater has shrunk, you're not talking about when it happened. You're focusing on the outcome today.
Yep, and it really makes you think of language as a living, evolving tool instead of a set of mundane rules. I mean, it's like constructing a bridge that connects your past experiences to who you are today.
Exactly. It's like that bridge concept we talked about, a structure that links past events to our current state. And that bridge supports not just grammatical accuracy, but deeper communication.
Right on. This discussion has been super enlightening. Even if I challenge a little, like sometimes the boundaries feel arbitrary, it's clear that mastering this tense is essential for effective storytelling and everyday conversation.
I couldn't agree more. The lesson is comprehensive. It provides definitions, examples, interactive exercises, and even quizzes to keep you on your toes. By the end of it, you're not just reading about the present perfect. You're actively using it in a variety of contexts.
And that application is key to making the rules stick. I mean, who wouldn't love a game of past or present to test out their new skills?
Exactly. It's fun and effective. And with practice using just, already, yet, and even the subtle difference between gone and been, you really build confidence. It's a full package. From learning to practical exercises, it covers it all.
This conversation really highlights how the present perfect is not just an academic exercise, but a tool for richer, more expressive communication in English.
Absolutely. So for all the English learners tuning in, keep practicing, keep engaging with these exercises, and soon you'll be bridging the past and present like a pro.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for this deep dive. It's been both fun and enlightening.